It's a gendered language.
No, I know.
Isn't French a gendered language
No, it
too?
is. I misunderstood what you meant.
I'm not calling you bad.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Because you were just talking about bad women.
Bad women. You mean what's the difference?
On this Women's History Month when we're recording.
You got a couple more days to say that.
I know.
Not much. All right, Tory, say something.
Remember we were supposed to have a podcast? Hello, and welcome to the LEM'n'TEA Podcast. This is Tory, the first take. I'm Tory, this is Lewis, and we're back with episode 51 because we stopped at the good old episode 50. They said it couldn't be done. There were doubters. They were naysayers.
Who said what couldn't be done? I don't
know. Just continuing on or getting to episode 50 or any of it.
They said it couldn't be done.
The haters.
The haters?
Sometimes
we don't have haters.
Sometimes they're ourselves. But they are also our motivators. I don't know what I'm saying. It's
been
a while.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Let your haters be your waiters at the table of success.
Whoa.
I didn't come up with that. That was Eric Adams.
I don't know who that is.
He's the disgraced mayor of New York.
Oh, yeah.
The
okay.
cop.
All right.
The ex-cop.
Anyway, I'm Tory. Who are you?
Some random guy.
Okay, we replaced Lewis with some random guy.
Yes, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you
I've seen
again.
you before, though.
Yeah, but not with this totally real backdrop. Not with this in this real setup. We're back in our alley, our gay alley. It's gay. It's a gay alley. Anyway, it's a bisexual alley. Oh my God! And our number one fan is back. Tiny the cat.
Every time.
Tiny the cat. Oh, how have you been? How have these last 9 months been treating you?
She is. Okay, I know you have stuff to talk about that's way more important than my cat, but like she has been insatiable when it comes to food. She is. I don't know if it's because she's older or like what the deal is. I think
so. Yeah.
That's what Ash says. But like, she just doesn't ever not want. Like when she was younger, like years ago, it was easy to just feed her and then she'd be fine and then she'd ask for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Now she's asking for food every single time. Like every single time. If I go to the kitchen, she's there.
Oh, yeah. Mine's like that too. Although
she's like, oh God.
We have an auto feeder. So my cat she knows the timings now. So within the hour, she'll sit near her automatic feeder and wait for it to go off.
She's well trained.
She's well dependent and on food.
She is too. Like Tiny really is like she is a freak. She'll eat through bags and stuff. She's gotten real bad.
Yeah, ours will try to sit by the door or something like that and sort of long for the outside.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep telling her she would never live.
No.
She would die. You can't. You're this big bad huntress hunting birds from your window, but if I put you outside, we'd never see you again.
I know my cat went outside a couple years ago and she didn't go very far.
Yeah,
she was like outside the window here.
Yeah.
We have like a big bay window here. She was just outside like in the bushes, just chilling. I'm like, why are you here? Like, why did you come outside to do this?
I
You could have went
here.
anywhere else. Huh?
I said I sprouted here.
Sprouted up.
But anyway, that's our adventures of our cats. Before we get super into things, I have an aside because I brought presents.
You don't want to get into the other like big news thing and before the presents? There's like something big that happened to you.
To me? I don't know what you're talking about. We'll get to that first, but I want to do this first.
Sure.
Because I'm going to be completely honest.
First.
Everybody. I'm going to be talking a lot about my pregnancy and the birth of my daughter, who will henceforth on the podcast be known as Bird. It's obviously not her name because I love my daughter and I wouldn't give her a name like Bird, but that's her alias. But anyway, I don't want to take up the whole time with that. So before that, like 2 months ago, I got this Facebook knows me pretty well as far as targeted ads. I don't get those stupid t-shirts in 5 different fonts like I'm a grandma, and that means whatever, like those long kind of things. Oh, hello, number one fan. Oh, you're so happy to be here. This is Dr. Evil. Anyway, Facebook ads know me really well, and so they showed me these Digimon figures.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
And they were really cool, and they were sort of carnival circus themed. And I was debating if I should get them, and you said I should, even though the shipping was pretty much just as much as the.
Oh,
the
yeah, but that was before I knew about the shipping price.
Yeah.
I want to make that clear.
And then I said I might just do it anyway, and you said go for it. And then I finally decided to do it, and they were all sold out. So instead, I bought.
Whoa, what is this?
Mystery Digimon figures.
Oh my god!
From Hot Topic.
Can we open them together?
Yes, they're mystery figures,
all right.
And I know you have a favorite, and I have a favorite. Yeah. So there's 9 different possibilities. One of them is a mystery one, which looks like Greymon.
So let's go over hang on, before we open them. Yeah. Go over what you could possibly get. One of them is Agumon.
Agumon, which is one I know you want the most.
Yeah, like Agumon.
Gabumon.
Yeah.
Biomon. Tentamon.
Yep.
Palmon, which is nobody's favorite. I'm just gonna say right now, unless you're like my husband with a big green thumb, nobody likes Palmon that as much as much as the others.
Palmon's the one that turns into the big cactus,
with
right?
the boxing gloves.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
I mean, I love.
It looks like a cactuar from Final Fantasy VII, or Final Fantasy rather.
Oh,
it kind of reminds me of Cactuar.
I know what you're talking about actually. Yep. Gomamon, Patamon, Gatomon, who's my favorite.
Gatomon's great.
But if we're talking about the original 7, Patamon's my favorite. And then Chase character Conception Rare.
But it kind of looks like a War Greymon or something.
Yeah. So anyway, if I get Agumon, I'll give that to you.
Okay.
And if you get Gatomon, can I have it?
Yes. Yeah.
And if it's Palmon, I guess we'll be sad. All right, but anyway.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Should we open this thing? Okay,
yeah,
ready?
I cut it already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Look, you're so smart. I was just gonna.
Because I was just
Holy
thinking
shit.
I was gonna struggle ahead of time.
Yep.
So.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. ASMR package opening.
Oh my
Ow,
God.
my wrists. I hit against the stick.
You okay?
Yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't have to.
I think it's Palmon for you, man. I'm sorry.
I'll be so sad.
I'd be so sad too.
Oh, I got Patamon.
Oh, that's who you wanted. Not really, but
my second most.
What if it's 2 Patamons? What do we do?
Cool.
It's all mine.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's
Here
fine.
you go.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Patamon's good too. I love Patamon.
Yeah, Patamon's cool. And
all right, so.
Yay! Oh my God, this is so cool.
Yay.
I actually like these. These are really cool.
They are. Yeah, I just looked them up online, and Hot Topic had them as blind bags for $10. And I said, perfect.
I love this. It looks like it's pretty well constructed
I just put
too.
it down. I didn't even look at it. Yeah. Oh, my little Gatomon's waving. So cute. I don't know why they're in these capsules though. That's interesting.
I kind of wish I could,
I think you
take the capsule off, but I don't want to.
But I think once you do, maybe you're not able to get it back off.
You know what? We'll keep it in the capsule.
They're going to be preserved in their chambers like Walt Disney.
Yeah.
But anyway.
That's awesome.
So next time I'll work to get an Agumon for you, but
that's fine. Angemon and Angewomon.
Yes, perfect.
Good.
The most important.
Isn't that crazy that that's nuts?
I was worried that they'd be both the same, so I was.
Right?
This is good.
That would have sucked.
And neither of them are Palmon. So.
Wow.
So
no boxing glove cactus for us.
If it was the Digivolutions, I'd be fine with it. But I don't know. I think it's also because I watched the English, like most of us, the English dub. And I just remember her voice being really grating. And it was something like this. And she had the annoying girl Mimi with the cowboy hat. Why? Mimi? Also, this Japanese girl with carpenter gloves and a cowboy hat.
She was in a Marabou. Like she loved
that's
America.
Right. Why they all wear gloves too? Isn't that weird? We never talk about like Pokemon and Digimon fashion choices.
They have like gloves and stuff. They love gloves. Oh, Gatomon's back.
Ty and Matt and hi Tiny.
It's Gatomon. Not Tiny.
Tinymon.
Tinymon.
So
she's so cute.
Our guest for this episode. But anyway, so all right, what has been happening the last 9 months? Last you saw and or heard me, I was pregnant. And if you're seeing me now, I'm not anymore because I had my baby, my daughter. I think less than a month after the last episode. I was pretty heavily pregnant when we.
Her birthday's I don't want to say it. Never mind.
It's late July.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think we recorded and it was still June.
Yeah.
So had her. And now she just turned 8 months old.
Oh boy.
I know. It's like
it goes by quick.
It really does.
Everyone says that. It's true.
It's funny because like, I remember thinking of a bunch of stuff, and my first thought being, no one ever told me it was going to be this way.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
But then I immediately thought afterwards was, oh yeah, they did. I just didn't heed it very well. So, but I mean, I'm grateful for friends like you and my other friends that have that are parents. It's all been very helpful, and well-meaning family members and all those other folks, and it's been, that whole saying of it takes a village and whatever, but
it does though. But it really does. Like, you have to be able to like have people to depend on. Mm-hmm. It's really hard when you don't. So there are a lot of people who don't have other people, and they're doing it by themselves, man, and that's just hard. Which
kudos to them. I really can't even imagine. Like my aunt, she's a single mom also, and from when my cousin was 4 months old, and that was like, I just can't even. I don't know.
I know.
Women are badass, man. Happy Women's History Month, by the way. I know we don't have much to show for it.
Don't date the podcast. Come on.
But Happy Women's Month anyway.
Women are pretty cool.
They are, and oh my God, women having babies, like,
that's just crazy.
It is wicked crazy. I won't go into detail about my whole birthing thing, but I had my daughter I went to the hospital, and then 3 hours later there she was, born. And the labor itself was 34 minutes. And I felt it all because the epidural didn't work.
Oh. And
I didn't know that the epidural could not work.
So like, was it excruciating?
Yes.
The worst pain you ever felt in your life?
Yes. Yeah. And I remember your wife saying something like, a woman's body will like kind of forget what the pain is like, so it tricks your body into, or yourself into wanting more kids. Yeah. I think it's sort of a traumatic response. I don't know if I thought I read somewhere that it was sort of this, there's so much euphoria after the birth that you feel that it makes you want to have more children, but I really think it's a traumatic response that I just blocked out the pain of it, because it was horrible.
It was horrible?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Holy shit.
And I don't remember a lot because it was a kind of, everything happened fast.
Was it quick though? Yeah.
It was quick, and I got admitted started feeling contractions at 2 a.m. And I remember the specific thought of, well, the birth center in our town, it doesn't open until 7 a.m. and I don't want to, otherwise I have to go through the ER, and I don't want to do that. So I just waited for 5 hours to call the hospital.
Are you out of your fucking mind? Yes. I didn't know that.
I also was trying to make sure that I was like, I personally took care of myself. So I like took a shower and stuff before I went to while I'm having contractions, which I wouldn't recommend doing. It was. Did it
hurt like hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'd say, to time the it really was kind of like clockwork every 5 minutes. Yeah, it was crazy.
You have to be a certain amount dilated too before they can even do anything.
Yes.
Which you probably weren't at that time.
Oh no, I think I was. They wait for you to be at 9 to 10 centimeters dilated before. 10. But when I went into the hospital, I was 7. So.
Oh shit! So yeah.
So I waited 5.5 hours from the time it started.
Don't worry, guys.
But don't worry, I'm fine. I remember waking up Josh and saying, I'm starting to feel pains. I don't think it's labor. And then it was labor. But my water never broke, so I don't know. And
water never broke?
No, nope. Yeah, I'm a special case. Huh. So that's why I wasn't sure if it was actually what it was. And then, because I called the first time and they said, try to go into a bath and drink some electrolytes like Gatorade or something. And I just remember thinking, I don't have any Gatorade, so you went to
the store to get Gatorade first?
No, I just sat in bed for 5 hours.
and waited.
I remember, I don't know if I still have it on my phone, but I was writing when like
each contraction.
And I felt the whole 5 hours. It was horrible. I don't know why.
What a horrible fucking memory.
I don't remember why I did that. I really should have just gone when it happened. But I guess if I had
trying to, not freak out.
To wait until I didn't have to go through the ER. And
they would have just got you right in.
But conversely, if I went right in, I'd have to wait a longer time in the hospital. So at least I was waiting in the comfort of my own home.
What?
Because when I went in, I was 7 centimeters along already.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was that far along when it first started.
No, probably not. But then you would have been in the hospital.
Yeah.
And it would have just happened anyway.
Oh, well. I didn't do that, so.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I know.
You're out of your fucking mind. Like, I don't know how to say this. I'm going to say it again. You're out of your fucking mind.
I wanted to be at home, take a shower, have food. I don't know. I just wanted to, I wanted to, whatever.
Take a shower, have food, just, get a little dilation going. It's very good.
And I'm really glad I had a shower before I went. I'm going to say it. I don't, whatever. So, but I don't remember. I really don't remember a whole lot. I remember certain things. I remember screaming because the epidural didn't work. So I was screaming when they were telling me to do the whole thing. And I remember them saying, try to scream lower because I was screaming pretty high pitch. And I don't know why they told me that. I don't know if it was something to do with. Maybe it
helps you push.
Maybe.
Like
my first thought was, why? So I don't freak out the other people in this in the birth center.
No.
Like,
I think it has to do with like, you know how like when you sing from like your diaphragm or some shit like that.
So that might be it. But in my mind, I was just thinking,
fuck, you want me to scream lower? How could you do this? I waited till I was 7 centimeters dilated.
Yeah. I remember
I did all this shit for you guys.
Yeah. I remember I was in the middle of really bad contractions when the person came to give me the epidural, and they were trying to tell me, breathe normal, sit up straight, whatever. And I'm trying not to be like, I'm in labor. Like, I don't know what you have tried. I'm trying really hard. I'm not trying to not cooperate.
Were you being kind of like?
I just wanted to hunch over and groan in pain, but they were trying to tell me to breathe. The in through the nose, out through the mouth, and all that stuff.
Yep.
I remember the TV being on. I remember.
What was on it?
Men in Black. It was that stupid scene with Will Smith shooting the cardboard aliens.
That's such a good scene. Such a good scene. And he's trying to describe like why the white girl would be in the hood.
And I didn't watch the whole scene because that was at the height of everything. Yeah. I just remember looking up and seeing Will Smith and then that little girl with the bullet in her head.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe Men in Black is playing while I'm giving birth to my daughter. Can
I tell you that's an awesome
so
thing?
Stupid, yeah.
On her first birthday, we should play Men in Black for her.
Oh my God, have a Men in Black themed birthday. Hell
we
yeah.
Should. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of, games like, I don't know, egg toss or whatever kids do for their birthday, piñata.
Find the alien.
We'll just, shoot the alien.
Shoot the alien.
The alien. Yeah, no, I remember that. I had to ask Josh a couple of things about afterward because I didn't remember. I asked if the baby cried or something because I couldn't remember.
Did the baby cry?
Yeah, and he said yes, and I don't remember at all. I remember the first thing I said to her was "Welcome to the world, bird." Aww. And because you're supposed to hold the baby for an hour to establish
skin to skin.
Yeah, skin to skin. I know your experience was with your twins. We
still had skin to skin for a little bit. After.
It was a little different
afterwards.
Yeah. But I don't remember. I think we were actually there for 2 hours instead of an hour, and I don't remember any.
You were only there for 2 hours and then you went home?
No. Okay. For when they were getting the room set up.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it was 2 hours of skin to skin in the room that I had delivered in before I got transferred to the other room.
Right.
And I took a picture. I took 2 pictures to send to my family because I figured I was in no condition to call at the time, so I texted pictures. I was keeping them updated and stuff. I wasn't just dropping it like surprise, there's a baby. Yep. But yeah, no, and yeah, the whole thing is, I don't know, the whole thing was nuts. But now now I'm a mom. It's so weird.
It never gets less weirder either.
I'm somebody's mom. Yeah, and you're in the game now for 8 years. So
yeah.
And so after 8 years, it's still not any.
No, because like it's a little less weird because they talk and stuff. And so it's a little less weird. Like I'm actually, I'm having a conversation with them about things. That's
nuts to me too.
It is a little nuts at first because your conversations are so small at first. Mm-hmm. So what's this or what's that, and then now they're a lot heavier, and they're asking me about things that are important now. Not that cartoons aren't important. I'm just saying like things that are much more heavy or controversial topics. So
yeah, I have thoughts of things that I hypothesize my daughter asking me and me not knowing the answer and trying to swiftly Google the answer or something.
Yeah.
Like if she asks, Mama, why is the sky blue?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's something to do with water and the air refracting and whatever, but I don't really.
That's why you have the internet.
I would just say, I don't know, because it is.
Yeah, it just is.
It just is. Why is the grass green? It just decided to be green one day.
No, it's green because of chlorophyll and chloroplast and all that shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
I hypothesize these scenarios of, I wonder why certain things are the way they are. And I'm sure I must have posited the question to my own parents, but I don't remember if they actually gave me an answer. And I don't really know. I mean, I'm years down the line. My daughter just got her first tooth last week. Like, we're ways away from why is the sky blue? Or maybe not. I don't know. I also didn't talk much as a little child, so maybe I really didn't ask that many questions.
So your parents got off pretty easy because you didn't talk.
With me,
like, oh,
yeah.
Shit, yeah, thank God she's not asking any of these
I don't know about
questions.
my brother, but yeah.
No.
So maybe it didn't prepare them when they were like, oh, shoot, our first one didn't talk that much. Now this one. What do we do now? So
what do we do with him?
What do we do?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the very broad gist of my safe for work birthing story. But kudos to any parent ever at all. I had an appreciation anyway, but I think experiencing it firsthand, I now wonder a lot of things, some of them treading into a political sphere, like maternity leave and coverage for
it's not really
centers.
political though. That's just bullshit that we don't get because
it's politicized.
Yeah,
but it's not political.
It's not. It really shouldn't be.
Like after insurance, luckily it was a reasonable amount, but back in my mind, I'm just thinking it's not a reasonable amount for a good chunk of other families and stuff. So
especially since they want you to have kids,
right?
They're like, yeah, have kids, and then they saddle you with fucking debt.
Yeah. It's all backwards. Anyway, oh yeah, that also happened while we were away. Trump got elected president again because no one has a brain anymore. Not no one, because those who didn't vote for him, I would hope had a little bit of a brain. Maybe not. I don't know. It was yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb for sure. It's stupid. Now we're here.
It's 2 months and it feels like it's been 2 years.
It's almost 3 months at this point.
It feels like it's going so slowly.
Yeah, it is.
So, but anyway, so that happened. I like to focus on the positive, which is my daughter. There's this comic that I think is from the New Yorker because it looks like one of those New Yorker magazine type comics, which is, it says, my desire to be well informed is currently at odds with my desire to remain sane, and that's kind of where I'm at right now in my life. So
I think a lot of people are feeling that way because it's a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Like, I don't want to be ignorant of everything going on, but at the same time, it's enough that not even a deep dive of everything, just a shallow dive makes me want to get out of the pool. Like, I don't want to. Yeah.
So. I understand it. I personally have always wanted to be informed because I have a lot of anxiety, and for me, it's easier to control my anxiety or to reduce it if I know what's going on. I understand that doesn't work for everybody, so that's why.
I think my husband's like that too.
So,
but yeah, for me, I'm trying to focus on right now. I'm just trying to raise my daughter and think of the world that I can set her up for. In her little baby bubble.
Sure.
Like, for example, I just signed her up for baby swim classes.
Oh, that's cute. Like that. Yeah, that's nice. We didn't do that with the twins, but we should have. Well,
I mean, part of the reason is because I always thought it was so cool that I remember seeing a couple of videos in the past of babies, not people, I'm going to say throw, but not literally throwing babies into bodies of water or something, and they just know to roll on their backs and whatever and be buoyant because it's what they learned by being in the womb. And I thought that was so cool. And there was something said about the longer that they're, alive and out of the womb, they'll remember less of that sort of survival instinct.
Yeah.
And we live next to a pond, so I also had this thought of, I probably should just,
it's smart if you live right near the water.
So,
but
I will be at work when these swim classes happen. So my husband, who does not like the water, will be taking her.
And people will think it's cute, though.
I think so. Oh, what a hands-on dad.
Yeah.
That whole stereotype too. Yeah.
It sucks though because like, it just like men just didn't used to do a whole lot with their kids, and that really sucks.
I feel like it's better now. That not everybody's so macho about it.
Definitely better now. That might change because we are rapidly headed into a very like conservative mind space in this country. But I
think it depends on where you live. I honestly do feel pretty secure living. We live in Massachusetts. I feel secure here in the state compared to others.
Sure, I get that. I'm just saying in general. I think that mindset is coming back. So.
Well, I hope not. But I don't know. It's funny because my husband works nights and I work in the day. So he gets to spend all the nice daytime time with the bird, and I get her for 2 hours and then she goes to sleep. And
you're an absent parent, is what you're saying.
I guess so. But he takes her to story time. He takes her out on walks and things. I mean, I'm off 2 days a week, so I get to do that too. But he gets to do it more. He gets to be the fun parent, and I get to be the we got to give her a bath and
go to bed,
put her to bed. Yeah. So it might. I'm curious about if he really is the only dad in this baby swim class thing.
Probably not. No.
That'd be cool if he wasn't. Could make more parent friends. Because you're our parent friends, but we were friends with you before any of us were parents.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to be like, what do you mean? I'm a parent and I'm a friend.
No, I totally get it. Ashley made a couple parent friends when we were doing the things. Not so much me. I'm not looking to really make friends.
I don't know. I feel I also just feel like there's not enough, I guess, like nerdy, somewhat awkward parents. I don't know.
There's probably more now than you think, but typically the people that would meet were normies. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel the same.
They're not into the stuff I'm into. Yeah, I understand. Like, if I say this shit, they're not gonna understand it. Yeah. And then what happens is you have to go to these parenting things every week, and you're gonna see them, and they're gonna remember that shit. They're gonna remember that you said, "Yeah, I'm really into K-pop. It's it's kind of my thing." You'd be like, "What the fuck is that?"
I know. Yeah.
I'm not disparaging K-pop.
No, I know. I just I it's hard to make friends.
It is.
It's especially hard to make friends kind of on behalf of your kids.
Yeah.
So they'll play together. Or
it's very weird.
Or I don't know if you have this where your kids are friends with other kids. Yeah. Do you ever feel like you have to make friends with the parents, or are you just kind of cordial in general? Or?
I'm cordial. I don't, because I feel it would be just fake. Like I'm just somebody that, like, if I don't click with you, it's kind of hard to get me into the conversation. Like, it's hard to like, I have a hard time with it. Maybe it's definitely me. Like, it's a me problem. It's probably not a them problem. But I think it's just because I'm kind of standoffish. I got resting bitch face too. I've had it for my whole life. I do.
You don't.
Yes, I do. People are always like, smile. I'm like, this is me smiling.
Oh, I get that all the time, except I'm a woman, so.
Well, I mean, with you, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. Happy Women's Month or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever.
Whatever. Who cares? It's almost over.
Damn. All right. I really don't think you have it, but
I do.
Okay, well,
thanks.
All right.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Because I always wonder too, if it's just because I don't know if parent friends, if it's all you talk about is your kids, or if it can transcend that. But I guess you can't really.
It can transcend because Ashley, she's the more outgoing one out of us as a couple. She's always been the more outgoing one, but her outgoingness is a mask. You know what I mean? Like, it's what she does to survive. With me, I don't give a fuck. Like,
okay. Yeah.
I don't need you to survive. So I'm not like, this makes me sound like an asshole, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to be super approachable to everyone.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's weird.
That's your own survival.
Like, I'm here for an hour. I'm not really looking to get to know you that much. Our kids play together. They're 1 year old. Like, they don't remember shit. It doesn't matter if we're friends.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, because Josh signed up Bird to a play group also, and I keep telling him that I read this study that, you know, babies, they don't recognize being we'll talk about that later. They don't recognize being friends and stuff with other babies. They hardly they're trying to get to know themselves. I read some study that it's usually around the age of 2.5 to 3 years old that they recognize, you know, playmates and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, they just are recognizing what their own bodies can do and then focusing on solo play. But he signed her up for a play group, I guess.
It's good.
Between her age and 2, I guess.
Socialization is very good for kids.
That's what he says too, but
he's right.
And I agree, but also like, and then part of me, I don't know, the very back part of my mind also is thinking, oh, I hope these kids are vaccinated and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. I think about that a lot too, because you know that's now an option.
Yeah, it's optional.
Cool. But yeah, it's like, I don't know these fucking kids. Like right. I'm glad they're playing together because, you know, that's how kids should be. They should be able to play together.
And is it offensive if I'm a worried parent and I go, is your kid vaccinated? Do they take offense to that?
Probably, but
I would happily say, yes, she is. My daughter is vaccinated. So
listen, it's hard to navigate parenthood in terms of raising your kid. It's also hard navigating parenthood in terms of like being social or talking to other parents. It's fucking weird. It's a weird thing. It's like, it's the most adult I've ever felt in my life, but I'm like, I'm not an adult. Yeah. I'm a fucking child still. Like, I have a child.
I'm just pretending.
Kids. Yeah. I am. I think I am.
See, that's a whole aspect of parenting I will have to cross someday, but I never really thought of is the and also all the constant changes, because babies change a lot, and you change them a lot. But I'm bummed.
Remember when you thought you weren't going to change diapers?
Yeah. I remember watching, well, with a couple of our other friends who were more kid, I don't know, ready. Okay. And them asking we were watching the twins and asking if I wanted to change their diaper, and I would immediately say, nope.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Do you want to watch? No, I'm all set. All good. So.
Yeah.
And now I've changed so many diapers.
I
don't even have a baseline comparison from the diapers I changed before I had a baby, because I changed none ever in my life, ever. So
I hadn't changed diapers either.
Because I was one of the youngest on both sides of my family. So
I learned how to change a diaper when I was young because my parents brought me. I was like 4 years old when my brother was born.
And they just brought him. Look what we got at the store.
No, yeah. But before that, we went to like a older siblings class.
Oh, that's cute.
And I like made a little shirt, like a little onesie for him and stuff.
Aw.
It sucked. It looked like shit.
You were 4. What do you mean it's 4?
I should have had some more skills by then. I did. God, it was so awful.
God.
And then like they showed us how to change a diaper too on a baby. So I actually learned when I was like 4 years old. I never did it. I never did it because I wasn't gonna touch that.
Right. Also, yeah. When at 4 years old would you need to, with your parents weren't, you know?
It was just trying to be helpful. It's like, this is how you can help your parents. And I'm like, this is great. I mean, drew on a fucking onesie. And
I understand it overall, though, is that so you don't feel like you're getting the shaft.
I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed.
When your brother came home?
I tell a story all the time, but like my mom had some paperwork that she had to fill out for the hospital to just make sure that when she went in, they could have all our information.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you need this, Mom? You need this for your when you have the baby? She's like, yeah, I need it. I needed to go to the hospital. And I ripped it up.
Yes.
I fucking ripped it up. I tore it to pieces. And
you said no, and you guess you can't go now.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I guess you can't go now. And I was happy about it. She cried. This is why I'm an awful person.
You're not an awful person.
I'm not.
You were just an awful child in that moment.
I was a pretty horrible child in that moment.
Yeah. Jesus.
I was brutal.
I at least waited to share my true feelings when my brother came
He's
home.
Still here?
Yeah, looking down at his bassinet and looking at my mom and saying, because I was only capable of two to three word sentences.
He's here?
Yeah, he's still here.
He's still here.
Yeah. Like, I just thought he was staying for a little bit and then going home, taking his bag and going home
to his home planet,
catching a bus to his home planet. Yeah, I mean, I didn't make a onesie for him though, so it's fine.
It's okay.
I was 2.5 when he came home from the hospital, so
I was much older in that regard, so
they didn't make me change diapers or anything. Yes,
I never changed a diaper. Okay, I didn't change a fucking single diaper until my kids were born. Mm-hmm. But at least I knew I was changing them. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to change a diaper because there's 2 of them. Mm-hmm. Even if there was 1, I would change it.
That's true. You might as well. That must have been an interesting, because you have a boy and a girl, and one of my thoughts before we knew that my daughter was a girl was for diaper changing. My coworker who has 2 sons, she was talking about how she had
spray.
She always had to worry about. You don't have to worry about that with the girl. Hey.
No, you don't. It wasn't that bad with him either. I think he did it a couple times, maybe once or twice, and then I put the fear of God in him. No.
What do you?
No. So there's a trick to it. Like you have to you want to get the new diaper on the butt, like get it situated.
Yeah.
Then you want to take the other one off. Then quickly
cover. Yeah.
And then snap, and then you're good. But it really didn't happen that much. It was fine. But she was definitely a lot easier. My daughter is definitely so much easier with potty training and diapers and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, potty training too. We're a little ways away from that too, but
you got time. Yeah. You got plenty of time.
And so something else that I was gonna say again, which is not true, but I feel like it's partially true, is that people don't, or it's not spotlighted enough, is postpartum stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I was miserable the first 2 to 3 weeks.
So what does it feel like? Is it just depression? Like what is it?
Yeah, I think it was week 2, and I was crying for 5 straight days. And I felt horrible. So it was like one of those things where and I'm like this by nature anyway. Like if I'm already upset and people go, "Oh, it's okay, don't cry," that's gonna make me cry more. Like I don't know, people showing me concern just makes me feel bad that they're concerned for me and stuff. Sure. So that's just how my mind works. And so I felt bad that I was being sad when it's, I have a baby now and it should be like the happiest point. But I was physically healing, and I was also, and they said this too in the hospital, that
your brain's changing too.
Yeah, that your hormones are all out of whack because you produce more hormones for your baby. So now all the hormones you built up, you don't have a baby in you anymore. So it's sort of just like they'll figure stuff out themselves, I guess. But I remember them when they were discharging me and signing the paperwork. I just started sobbing. And I felt horrible about it. And then they were like, "Oh, we want to take a picture of you in front of the sign with your new baby." Oh. And I looked wrecked. I'm literally smiling through the pain of just everything. Like I was, So
is it the worst picture of you ever taken?
No, but it's definitely the saddest. But I feel so conflicted. And then at one point, Josh made it his background on his phone, and I'm like, I get that it's the first picture with all of us as a family.
You made him change it?
No, he changed it on his own eventually. But oh my God, I was, but and then I don't know, there was just, I had to try to remind myself that, it's normal because they said it was normal. So everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out. But it was 5 days of almost straight crying, like I just was, and I felt like I couldn't really help, with taking care of the baby. Like I
you didn't want to be near her, or is that how you felt?
No, I did. And she, as a newborn, we got so lucky because she was a pretty easygoing newborn.
She still is. Like she's
I don't try to jinx it too much. I take it as I can get it. And I mean, she's a little more fussy now because she has a tooth growing in, but that's really nothing at all. So
her fussiness is such a it's such a she's so cute and adorable, right? Yeah. And when she fusses and whines, it's like, "Oh, you're so pathetic." Like, "Oh, you're pathetic."
Yeah. I get what you mean. And she also was actually, I mean, we had to, if she didn't wake up herself, we'd have to wake her up it's like 3 hours during the night to feed her.
To feed her, yeah.
But otherwise, I feel like, and Josh kind of took care of a lot. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then also breastfeeding. Breastfeeding was
awesome. It was great.
Well, because I couldn't. There's you have to work it out.
There's a learning curve.
It's a partnership with your baby.
Yes.
And
they got to latch correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she didn't, and it hurt. It does so much. Oh my God, it was horrible. And I was already recovering in pain and stuff, and I was just.
Of course. It's a lot at once, man. There's a lot of shit going on, and when you're breastfeeding, it's also fucking your hormones up too. Like,
yeah,
you're going through so much at that time. Just had the baby. You have postpartum depression. You have this person who has to gain sustenance from you. And if you can't do it, it's like, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so after the 5th day of just crying, I called my healthcare, whomever, and I said I was worried that I had postpartum depression. So they diagnosed it as baby blues, which is, I guess, a more temporary depression, which is in line with the hormones re-regulating themselves.
Sure.
So the postpartum depression is if it goes on for, I guess, past the month. Like the first month is if you feel this way, that's baby blues. So
and that's what happened to you?
Yeah, because they kept they asked important questions too about, have you thought of harming yourself or harming the baby, and those were never thoughts that came to my mind. Luckily, it was really just, I'm sad, I feel sad that I'm sad, I feel bad that I'm sad, and I'm sad because I feel bad. Like,
I'm turned into a Dr. Seuss book.
I was just gonna say this horrible depressing Dr. Seuss book. And I got evaluated pretty quickly, but again, I know it was because I had insurance to get, seen and diagnosed or whatever. And then I got Zoloft, so, which I'm not taking anymore. Just because I always wondered too if the Zoloft was making me feel better or if it was just my body re-regulating itself.
I don't know. I can't answer that question for you because I genuinely don't know. I know for me, I take Zoloft, and it's worked for me, and it's good. It works for some people. Maybe sometimes it doesn't work for other people. Maybe it's not even working for me. Like, maybe at this point it's not.
Like a placebo effect?
Maybe it's a placebo effect, but
at this point, if it is a placebo effect, you might as well just keep taking it.
Yeah, plus I learned a lot of things too, because not only did I take the medication when I went to therapy, I learned how to work with my anxiety and how to talk myself down from the ledge or whatever.
Yeah.
It was the whole process was good for me, and I would recommend it to anyone. Just if you can, because I know it's tough, go see a medical professional and find some sort of peace in that.
Yeah. So that was helpful for me too, because it was virtual for my therapy appointments. I think that's the case for most.
That's how they do it now. Yeah.
Which I actually kind of like, because it makes it more accessible rather than you have to go into an office physically or whatever.
The only thing is, I guess if you are in a situation where you're going to therapy for something and it's the person who's causing you to have that distress is in the house, it might be kind of awkward. But whatever, whatever works, and it worked for you, obviously. So
yeah, I would always do my online sessions in a different room just in case anything came up with Josh. It never really, and I knew he wasn't
the primary cause. Yeah.
He wasn't the one making me feel this way at all. It was really all just,
it's just nice
myself.
It's nice for you to step out of the room and just do it privately.
But yeah, that was one part, because I was so focused on, as many people are, of the raising a newborn aspect, that it all hit me like a ton of bricks, and I wasn't prepared for that at all.
I feel that. I didn't, not a mother. I didn't have postpartum. I had this time where it was in the beginning, very early when the twins were born. We weren't getting a lot of sleep, and they were eating every 2 hours, maybe less. And I went out in the garage and called my mom, and we talked, and I cried. I broke down. I had to have that moment where I broke down and was this is fucking hard, and I don't understand how I can even do this. I'm not a good father. I'm not a good parent. It got better from there, but I had that moment where I was this is it's too much. It's too much at once.
Yeah.
So.
And there's so many things that I've read too, where they say, if you've tried everything to soothe your child and they're still crying, and you feel like you're hitting your breaking point, go to the bathroom and close the door, or go outside and step out of that situation and take time to yourself, and just make sure, as long as your baby's in their crib or in a secure place, and they're not going to get hurt, they'll be fine.
They will be fine.
Take time to yourself.
Yeah.
And it sounds so cliche, but it does get better.
It does.
It is just, the newborn, it's just so hard. The newborn phase is hard, and especially if you're a new parent and there's this new creature that needs attention and care pretty much 24/7, and it's just hard on everybody, and not all of you are getting very much sleep, and it just gets to be a lot. But as the baby gets older, it has not gotten easier, but I know how to better.
Yeah, you get better at it. At being a parent. Yeah, that happens for every stage too. Like there's a change for when she's not an infant. It'll be a change on like how she eats and like it will get better. Her sleeping will get much better. You'll get better at it. Yeah. And you're already doing great. Like you guys are doing good. Good job. Yeah. So nicely done.
And you too. I had this stupid thought as I came into your house, and there's, not to call you out, there was laundry out and folded, and I had this thought of those can't possibly be the kids' clothes. Those pants are too long.
That's them.
And and then I realized because there were pants with flowers on them and
Sonic.
I don't think and Sonic.
Though I would wear something with Sonic.
Right, you would wear something with Sonic on it, and but I was like, I don't think Ashley would wear pants like that with flowers on them.
Maybe.
And I just had this, and it really is. I just still remember when the twins were, pick upable.
I still pick them up as much as I can, but I know that's gonna end. Yeah, I know it'll stop.
That's something I read too, where somebody said nobody knows when it's the last time that you'll do a certain thing, which makes me so sad.
It's hard. I mean, it is very very tough. Your baby is
a baby
only a baby once.
Baby. Yeah.
So
well, and that's also the reason why some people want to have more babies is because they miss that sort of baby.
I get that.
But I feel like it's just this endless cycle of...
It is.
So, I don't... Yeah.
Love your baby. Have another one if you want to have another one. I'll never fault anyone for wanting to have kids. Just make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, don't just have a baby to have a baby.
Especially because as somebody who has a baby who's 8 months old now, it goes by so quickly. So even if you're trying to chase that sort of baby high, it's not... It goes by so fast. I don't know.
It is.
I don't know. I have a baby book where I've recorded her milestones and stuff, and it just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's been 8 months. It feels like 4 maybe. But also because I was in a slump the first month and a half. So, but it's all relative. It's whatever. So, but yeah. So that was one aspect of it.
When you have a child. You are in this completely different world than the people around you. Like, even the people who have had children, right? And they're just living their lives. Like, lives going on while you're trying to figure out how to be a parent. It's really weird. It's a very weird time. It's like, you want to be normal, but that normal doesn't exist anymore. It's very strange. The first year is very, very strange. Like, I remember thinking, like, I don't know if Ash and I even did much for the first year because... we were just exhausted for one, and it's this weird, like, how do I have a life?
Yeah, trying to maintain your own identity and not be just
the parent.
The parent, Bird's mom.
Yeah,
yeah, that's tough too. I feel like for you guys, it must have gotten easier as they've gotten older because they develop their own interests, and you can either have something in common with them, or you can maintain your own interest outside of that.
Yeah, we're at a good age. This is the age where we're sharing a lot. Like, here's my music. This is what I like, and I put my music on it in the car, and they either like the song or they don't. But we listen to it. Like
that's so cool.
We're sharing things together. I'm telling them about these old video games I used to play, and we're playing them together. I'm showing them old board games. They're really absorbing a lot now.
That's so cool.
This is the age where like they're doing a lot of that stuff. And Bird will do that too. Like there will come a time where that will happen, and you'll be surprised by how many things. Like, there are things my kids come up with, and it's like, that was something I used to do, and I know that I never told them about this, and I didn't show them this, and they do it.
Yeah. Will my daughter draw those little S's in the same way?
The kids know how to do it now. My twins know how to do it. I was like, yes.
I wonder sometimes how that, I mean, for us as well. I don't remember how that was passed on. Yeah, it was just lore passed on from the grade above, or some etching in the desk, or what. Like,
you're like, oh shit.
Before the age of the internet, how did we learn this stuff? I don't know.
It all starts with 6 lines.
And then you connect the lines.
And then you connect the lines.
And if you're really cool, you'll do the top lines, and then you'll do the sides, and then you'll do the shading. Yeah. cool kids.
I still make that ass all the time. It's dumb, but I still do it. So great. Like you're on your way. You're
past the hardest part.
I think so too. Yeah, the first couple months are the hardest, I think.
And I think if I were to have another kid now, I feel reassured in the fact that I know mostly what to expect. However, this is going to be my one and only child biologically, because Josh and I had talked about it too, because he said, which isn't him regretting having her, but he said, I didn't even really think I wanted to bring, a child into the world, just because he had this, and I do too, but this concern that there's already so many kids without parents and stuff.
Don't think about
But I always wanted to have a child just because I figure
that's fine.
If we have the working parts, or and I was always curious what a child with him and I looked like or acted like and stuff, and she's such the combination of both he and I. But yeah, so
I get you. So whatever you want to do is you make that decision.
If we ever have
yourself.
another child, we won't have another child, so to speak. So the womb is closed. Once was enough.
Board that shit up.
Yeah, my traumatic response of not remembering my childbirth experience is, I remember that it was the worst pain of my entire life, and I don't remember the pain exactly, but I remember thinking that.
How was your pain tolerance before that? You don't have a high tolerance for pain, right?
I feel like I do. I feel like I don't for little stupid things, like if I bang my elbow into something or get a paper cut. But I feel like for other things, like period pain or whatever, I feel like it was pretty good.
Okay.
It depends.
Is it anything like period pain?
The contractions were.
Yeah.
Which is crazy after not having a period for 9 months. Sorry if this is TMI, y'all. But
gives a shit.
Yeah. But it did feel like that sort of cramping feeling.
Mm-hmm. And
that was concerning to me because my thought was, I'm pregnant. This shouldn't be happening. That I get my period or whatever. And then I had then it went away, and then it came back, and then I realized it's not. It's contractions. Yay! But they felt like that, and they said that you'll know to come in when the contractions are so bad that you can't speak. And I had.
Oh God.
And I had that period of contractions.
Where you couldn't talk.
Like hour 4, where I'm on the phone and they're asking me something, and I literally have to just wheeze out a hold on so I can just take a minute to
breathe.
Yeah. And to so yeah, once was enough. I experienced it. I have an amazing daughter, and I'm happy with the results of this. So
nice job. Nicely done.
Thanks. And why do we call her Bird?
Why did we call her Bird?
Yeah. Do you remember why?
Yeah, I know why.
Okay. Do we want to say why?
You can if you want. Okay. Yeah.
So we call her Bird, and I think it's just you and I. I don't call her Bird with anybody else. Because during one of our Survivor binge watches, when the intro played and they showed all the players, sometimes they intersperse it with island animals or animals of the place that they're at. And we jokingly asked Bird to kick when she felt like the winner of the season was going to come on screen. And she kicked when a bird came on screen. And I don't know, baby kicks feel
She actually did predict the winner, by the way.
She did, yeah. She kicked afterwards for an actual person, and she predicted the winner. And baby kicks do kind of feel like flutters, actually. So her nickname is Bird. Again, it's not her real name because I'm not Gwyneth Paltrow or Tom Cruise.
Is Gwyneth Paltrow the
one who named your daughter Apple?
That's Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
she's the one who has the vagina candles, right?
God, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goop.
That's what a horrible name to name your vagina candle too. Like.
Well, it's the company name.
It's gross.
Yeah, it's like the vagina candle by Goop. I know that doesn't help at all.
I wouldn't want to have a branded candle that I don't know is.
It literally is called "This Candle Smells Like My Vagina." It's so weird.
That smells like my vagina for one, and then it's called the brand or the company's called Goop. Like this sounds fucking weird. It sounds very strange to me.
Yeah, it's So anyway, my daughter has a normal name. Not.
What do we have for time?
We're nearing the hour.
That's fine. So
because this is the pregnancy podcast.
You said it wouldn't be.
I said it wouldn't be while I was pregnant, and now I'm not pregnant, and it is. So
this is what happens when you have kids.
This is probably going to become a millennial parent podcast.
Millennial parent podcast.
Yeah, rolls right off the tongue. So.
So why don't we get to the part that you want to talk about the most?
That was the part talking about my daughter. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, the kids. Want to talk about the kids on your podcast?
It's your podcast too.
Not anymore.
Yes, it is. Welcome to the Tea Podcast.
No, it's a pregnancy podcast, and I can't have a kid, so I'm unfortunately out of luck.
Parent.
Yeah, it's a parent.
It's a parent that you're a parent.
You want to do your album stuff?
Oh, are you talking about the K-pop corner?
I am. Wow, the first one. Here's the thing, real quick, for you get your K-pop corner.
Yeah.
When we last recorded the 50th episode, I think I still had long hair, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I cut my fucking hair. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is also something that happened in the time.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I lost 40 pounds, and you lost
40 inches of hair.
40 inches of hair.
That might be true, though.
Yeah, I don't think it wasn't 40 inches.
That might be true. I think it was true.
40 centimeters?
No, 40 centimeters? It's only over a foot of hair.
How much hair do you think you had?
A ton.
I don't think it was a foot.
Oh my God, you don't think so?
No, I don't. I don't know. We'd have to ask your wife.
You're so wrong.
I don't know. I didn't measure your hair.
Anyways, welcome to the K-pop corner.
There we go.
All right, so what are you talking about?
Okay, well, first of all, since we last recorded, Wonho, our boy, he's out of the army, yay, and he's catching up on all the K-pop dance trends that he missed in the last 2 years, from anything between Girls' Generation to SHINee, to his own stuff. What a versatile buff man, and we're happy to have him. I'm happy to be a weenie.
I wonder what he would have done if the military coup happened.
You know, they're lucky that it never happened. Yeah, they're lucky.
They are.
Another miracle besides my daughter happened. G-Dragon made a comeback after 7 years. What?
You're so fucking gay now. You're
wow.
so gay. You become a parent and you become the gayest person.
What do you mean?
Another miracle that happened aside from my daughter.
I don't know. I felt like I should say it. Listen, I just love my kid, okay?
Until you have a child.
I hate how true that is. As I get older, I find that Family Guy stupid stuff like that is so stupidly
true. Which is weird because Seth MacFarlane doesn't have any kids. Like, he doesn't have kids.
Yeah, but there's a ton of... He's not the only writer.
No, he's not. But yeah,
there are writers who are probably parents.
Yeah, you're right. It's probably their influence.
But what we're referencing is that whole thing with Brian, where he just goes, "Until you have a child, you do not understand," because it's everybody saying,
"Yeah,
hey Brian, what if your son was in a plane crash or da da da?"
Yeah.
And now I think of this stuff, not thinking, "Ooh, was she trying to get you?"
No.
Oh, you pulled your hand away. It's our biggest fan. She wants
my attention, so she can take. Here's what she wants. She wants to take me out of my seat, right?
Yeah.
When I'm out of my seat, she's going to take me around the corner.
To her bowl.
To the kitchen, to her fucking bowl, so I can put food in there. I'm not going to do it.
Oh, psych.
Oh, are you looking away? Because that's exactly what you're going to do.
Busted.
Nerd.
But anyway, it's not that I think of scenarios just out of nowhere, but if it's things that come up and then it makes me wonder,
Yeah, what would happen?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it sucks.
That's going to happen forever.
Yeah.
It still happens to me.
I'm sure it still happens with like my mother to my brother and I or something.
I think parents are perpetually fucked up. Like,
cool.
In that situation of like, oh God.
Oh no.
I've lost control of my child. They're not in my control anymore. They're adults and the world is fucked up. So what's going to happen?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Anyways, K-pop corner.
Oh yeah, G-Dragon. Yeah, he made a comeback.
Ubermensch.
Yes. And we were just talking about this before we recorded. I hate his album cover because it's just it's him from the bottom up with his feet.
Is he showing feet?
Yeah.
For free?
Yeah.
For free?
Yes.
Gee.
Dragon. So stupid.
Yeah, I gotta see it. I didn't know.
Let me find. I have so many. I've been listening to a lot of music.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is his album cover.
I guess I didn't notice. I mean, I knew that it was like a bottom perspective.
Someone made a background without his feet or himself, so that's my background on my phone right now, which is great and pretty because I like pretty clouds.
You should,
like a basic Tumblr girl.
You should love everything about him. What have his feet ever done to you?
Nothing. But anyway, yeah, he just gave them away for free. So
rookie move, honestly, rookie move. It's because he's been out of the game for how many years now?
7 or 8.
7 years. Rookie move.
And it was funny because the number 8, I believe it's considered lucky in Korean, and he was born August 18th, 1988. So he's all about 8s, and so he was
he's older than me.
And so he was saying, no, isn't it great to stan older idols? And he was saying, oh, no, I purposely waited to come back until 88 months had passed because he kept saying for years that he was going to have a comeback. So then he said, I missed the chance, so I just waited until 88 months came and went or whatever. So, which is like, okay, sure. Oh, and he just had his first solo concert in Korea, and CL was a guest.
I saw.
Yeah. It was great.
They look awesome.
Yeah.
Both of them look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool.
So that happened. And then I think it was staggered every month from November or so. A BlackPink member came out with their album or mini album. So all 4 BlackPink members released albums, and I listened to them all.
Whoa. How many was that for?
Yes. Although it was kind of easy because the trend, not just for K-pop, but for a lot of music, is songs that are under like
2 minutes.
2:30 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a thing that we've talked about this a lot of times, but it's so that you get them plays. You know what I mean? You get the most plays, maximize that shit.
Yeah. There's some songs though where I just can't help but think this could have really benefited from another verse or a repetition of the chorus or something like that.
But for sure. Listen, sometimes you'll have a really good song that's wrapped up in 2 minutes and 30 seconds, though, and it's great. But yeah.
But other times you're clearly just trying to have this be a viral TikTok song.
Yeah.
Something like that. But anyway,
it sucks.
But I listened to all 4, and it wasn't super hard because all their albums had, I think at least half their tracks were under 2:30, so it wasn't hard to listen to them all. So see if I remember the name of all the albums. So Rose was first, and she released Rosie, and then I think Jisoo was next with Amortage, Jenny with Ruby because her acting name is Jenny Ruby Jane, and then Lisa with, oh no, what was Lisa's name? Oh no. God, I should know this. Lisa, what is yours named?
New Woman.
No.
Fuck the World.
No. Alter Ego.
Oh, okay.
Where she did have 5 alter egos promoting.
Speedy,
Vixie, Kiki, Sunny, Roxy. I only know this because we looked them up recently.
You think this was her idea or was it the label's idea?
I think it was her idea.
That sucks. I'm sorry. That's a dumb idea. I hate that.
And we were reading some of the descriptions of these alter egos and stuff, and it was just...
It was like 2000s MySpace coded. Like,
yeah.
The way that they broke it out.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And they all end with I, the names. Speedy with an I, Sunny with an I.
All right, so I got to ask some questions here. You listened to 4 separate albums. This is something you typically don't do. Not in a timely manner, anyways.
I've listened to a lot of albums lately.
I'm proud of you. You listen to more than me. I've really not listened to a lot of...
I've listened to their albums. I listened to the Magdalena Bay album, the most recent one.
Uh-huh.
I listened to G-Dragons. I listened to 2 Weekend albums.
2? Shit.
Yeah, the most recent one, and then I listened to the one that had Blinding Lights because I realized I never listened to that one.
Oh, yeah, After Hours. Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah, I never listened to that one in full, so
that's
I
a good one.
not. And then I listened to Key. I went through his whole
Key.
I've been I listen to more music now being a mom than I did when I was pregnant, so I don't know what the deal with that is.
That's fine.
We talked about this before, but it has to be like a mindset where you're able to really take in new music instead of just being comfortable with listening to old music. So
yeah,
when I get in that
I'm the same way.
Zone, I want to try to listen to as much new stuff as
I still need to listen to The Weeknd's album. I haven't done it.
There's no pressure, no rush.
No, I feel like I have to though. Like I feel like
it's
I need
long.
to.
Is it long? It's like an hour and a half.
I don't know. See, it's been cold, and I like to be in the zone for listening to stuff, and I can't do that in the cold.
It's also one of those albums which I do like, but it's one of those albums where his songs bleed into the next song.
Love that.
Yes, I do too. But it also makes me think I can't listen to this really super broken up. I have to kind of listen to it in 1 or 2 sittings or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. His last album was like that too, where it was like, I loved it. It would come into the song. Oh my god.
Yes, I love that one.
All right, so let's go back to these BlackPink
K-pop
members.
Stuff, yeah. We listened to Seulgi's album. You did listen to an album.
I did?
Yeah, we listened to
accidentally on purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. Baby Not Baby. I will talk about that after.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have Jisoo, you have Rose, you have Jennie, and you have Lisa.
Yes.
Right? I think I already said this, but I'll say it again because it's here, and I think I told you in person. I think this is my prediction. Okay? Probably going to be wrong.
Okay.
I'm putting Jisoo at the top.
All
right? For no other reason than I don't know her very well.
Yeah.
And I think she probably has a pretty good voice, like you said. And I think maybe caught you by surprise. Rose, second. Because Zappa such a hit song.
So, yeah, I love it still.
Yeah, it's a great song.
I still like Gangnam Style. There's no limit for when a popular song stops being popular for me.
That's fine. Plus, she has a great voice. And I don't know, I think it's just, she's great. Jennie, and then Lisa.
Okay, so you're right with one of them.
Just one?
Just one.
Wow. Okay. So wrong. Let's hear it. What is the top for you? What's the number one?
I liked Jennie's the most.
Jennie's was the most. Why?
I feel like there was the most versatility. I feel like she's a good all-arounder. We were talking, sorry if this is controversial, blinks. I feel like we were talking about how we think Jennie's a better rapper.
Yeah, I think she is.
Lisa is. And even though Jennie, the song Jennie, or Like Jennie, is
like
repetitive.
Like Jennie.
I feel like she really, I don't know. I feel like it really shows the best parts of her.
Jennie has a good sense of, like, we talked about this too, where if she may not be the most powerful vocalist, I don't think, but she'll have someone like Dua Lipa, and that really balances out pretty well when she does a song like that.
Yeah, she had a lot of great features. She had her, she had Childish Gambino, she had Doechii,
Kali Uchis.
Yes. Dominic Fike, who I've never heard of until
he's not super huge, but he's had a couple of really good songs that I like.
But I feel like, and she had a lot of good experimental songs. I think Zen's one of those. She had a lot of good sort of not heartwarming. What's, like, I don't know, just heart-bearing sort of emotional songs.
She appeals to, like, it's something you can relate to, right?
Yeah. And she had a lot of good confident bangers like Extra L and Mantra, which was a single before.
Mantra's good.
I feel like it just showed the whole scope of who she is. And when she did the confident songs, like, I believed it. And when she did the heartfelt songs, I believed it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like
she got a lot of range, you say?
I mean, there were some songs I didn't quite like, but
of course,
which is fine. Of all the 4, I think only one had songs I liked pretty much all of. And I was gonna say something before I said that, but that's okay. I wish she had more Korean though, because I feel like she's from Korea and she only has Korean for half of, like, Jennie. And I feel like she was really strong with that as her first language. So I wish there was more. That's the only song I think that has Korean in it. So, but
I think a lot of these artists, though, are trying to branch out to American audience, Western audiences.
Yes, Lisa and Rose didn't have any Korean in theirs either.
No, yeah.
Or Thai in Lisa's case. But yeah, so I liked Jennie's the most.
Jennie's was the most. Who's after that?
Jisoo
after that. Okay.
Jisoo had a mini album. She only had 4 songs. I feel like they were very quintessentially K-pop, which I mean, when done right, it never gets old for me.
Yeah.
And she's always been the member that's the weakest with English, didn't really speak English, and she has 2 full English tracks of the 4 songs, and that's the album I liked all the tracks of because there's only 4 of them. but I really enjoyed her stuff. I'm sure there's deeper meanings probably to some of them, but on the surface, they're all just really good K-pop bangers, and I love her voice. Her voice is so nice.
She has a great voice.
Yeah, it's husky. I love it so much. So
husky.
Yeah. So
Next.
A close third would be Rosé. It was.
I knew Lisa was gonna be last though.
Yeah.
Called that shit.
Yeah. Rosé. Okay, so there's nothing against her, but I just kind of, and we talked about this before too, off camera. In the 9 months since the last episode. I just am not big on Taylor Swift. Her music, I know it appeals to millions of maybe billions of people.
You're saying this because her album is very Taylor Swifty?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's not bad. It's just not for me. There's certain songs like Number One Girl or Toxic to the End, which I had you listen to, that I could easily imagine Taylor Swift doing. And Toxic to the End reminded me of We Are Never Getting Back Together.
It did, yeah.
And again, that's not bad. It just is not.
It really did sound like a song that Taylor Swift passed on.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like it when Taylor Swift did it. I didn't really like it. I mean, I liked it a little bit because I like Rosé's vocal tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like half of her songs are not like that, and those are really good. And even the ones that are kind of Taylor Swifty, I think are good. I do have Toxic to the End on my likes list because I did like it, even though it's just very Swifty.
Phony.
So I know.
Can't even back up your own shit.
I know. But yeah, so and the core of her album was a lot of kind of reconciling with past relationships and stuff like that, which is really funny because Apatu is on this album, so it's happy memory of love, sad memory of love, sad memory of love, Apatu, sad memory of love, happy memory of love.
Yeah. Even the singles that Rosé had out before this were very like we played one beforehand. It was called Gone. It's very like somber. It's like, hey, this relationship kind of went shitty. This is where we're at. Yeah, that's just her whole thing. Like, I think that's,
which is why K-pop idols should be allowed to date, because how else are they going to build real life experiences and talk about love and heartache? Stop making fun of me, damn it. If they don't have firsthand experience, it comes off as so, I don't know, phony, especially if there's some idols who are like, yeah, I had a writing credit in this or whatever. But meanwhile, their companies don't allow some of them phones until they've been.
That's so weird. They're like adults, right? They're like adults and they don't have access to a phone. Like, what the fuck?
But without supervision. So it came off as a sincere album, and I like her voice, but
not for you.
Like half the songs were not for me.
Let's get to Lisa.
Okay.
All right. First, let's say this, okay?
Yeah.
All right. First, before you get into the bad, right?
Yeah.
The good about Lisa, she had at least two good songs from what I can remember. One is New Woman, which is so good. That's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Born Again. Great song.
I love that song.
Great song.
And I think
it's a disco song. It's so good.
Yes, and I think you said Doja Cat can be kind of hit or miss for you.
Yeah, she's hit or miss, and she's kind of like a weirdo, but whatever. She's not like being a weirdo on here, so like it's fine.
And I think she was used really well. And then Ray, who I've never heard of, her voice is really great as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love that song. That actually might be my favorite on the album.
Born Again's really good.
Mm-hmm.
That whole like, would have made you pray to Jesus, like that part.
Oh, I love that part. Yeah.
So good, so good. Great song.
Yes. A lot of her songs were very, I'm rich, I'm boasting, I'm so awesome, look at me and stuff. And that's perfectly fine. But when it makes up the bulk of the album, it's like, I can't relate to that.
Well, it's like you said, Jenny had a relatable album. Lisa is going for a lot of like the glitz and glamour of being a rapper. Like.
Yeah. So, and I don't know, I found a lot of it after a while to be kind of the same in message and delivery and stuff. So there's some I do like that were sort of more boastful songs, but there were others that it's like I feel like I just heard this just in a different BPM sort of thing. There are like I said, there are some good ones. Elastigirl, Chill, and Lifestyle, I think, were the 3 B-sides I liked. Moonlit Floor, which is ever since you said interpolation, I don't know if it's interpolation or a sample. I think it's a sample of "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer.
Okay. I haven't heard it, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, and I said I would. I said I'm pretty sure you've heard it, but not by name, because it's not to diss Sixpence None the Richer, but that's really not a great name for a band.
What song from them? Kiss Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's like "Kiss me under the Paris twilight," whatever. So
okay.
I could probably I'll show it later, but so she did a restyling of that. I like that one. I heard it at Panera Bread once. That's how you know she's really made it.
That's crazy. What do you think about Rockstar? It's whatever.
Mm-hmm. I very much think that that whole "Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I say hi." It's like, yeah, it'd be great for a Duolingo partnership.
I think it was cute.
Okay,
it was a cute line.
There were parts of that song that I did like, and I love there's like this sort of like Dracula-esque sort of harpsichord part in the song where
yeah.
Well, I liked that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not hip enough for Rockstar enough for Rockstar. And I've mentioned this several times before. I really don't like that album cover.
Okay. So you're talking about...
She's got the London look.
But she doesn't, though. She doesn't, but she does.
But she does. Yeah. She doesn't, but she does. It was just because she has black nails, and they're really long, and they're in front of her teeth, and she looks like she's got this big gap in her
She does. It's very strange. I think it's kind of... Like, she looks good on it.
Yes.
But it's very, like...
Unfortunate.
It's like, if you see it and you don't know anything about her...
Yeah.
And that she doesn't have a gap, you're like, oh...
She has a gap.
Huh.
Yeah. She's got the London look.
Get the London look.
But yeah, so there's some songs of hers I liked, but after a while, I just felt like I couldn't really... It felt very performance-y, rather like she was just saying it and I didn't really believe it, sort of thing. I don't know. I don't really know. This comes off so conceited and like music snobby or whatever.
No,
like,
I think
like needle drop or something. But
he's not a snob either.
No, he's not. But he knows more what he's talking about than I do. I
feel
like
too.
I'm pretending.
You do. No, you don't. You've been listening to music for how many years now? How old are you?
33.
So how long have you? Like 30 years. Right?
Yeah, something like that.
Probably. You have experience. I'm telling you, you're fine.
Yeah. So, but I did like, I would think it's at least half the tracks from all four. Well, except for Jisoo.
Jisoo, who only had 4.
Yeah, and I liked all 4. So I guess I'll say I liked at least 4 tracks from all of their albums.
At least 4 from each album.
Yeah.
Okay, that's solid.
Yeah. I think they all did really well, and I think that their company really dropped the ball by not giving them solo albums because they lost so much money. Like, they could have made so much bank from Apatu. They really goofed up that one.
So now you know the game.
Yeah. They're coming to get you.
Jenny's albums, number score out of 10.
Oh. Like a 7.5.
7.5. Jisoo.
7.
Rosé.
Also a 7.
Okay, and Jenny. Or Lisa.
6.
0.8.
Sure. Why?
I don't know. 6.5.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did like them all in bulk. I think they all were successful in what they were trying to do. So
because we're coming up on time here, I'm going to quickly go through the Solely album real quick.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be super fast because we're coming up on time and it's 10 o'clock and you got to get your kid out of here.
Oh, no. Yes, I do. The bird's in a nest over.
I'm actually surprised you're awake.
Me too.
Accidentally on Purpose, Solgi's new album. First mini album since
28 Reasons.
28 Reasons, whatever the fuck.
Whatever it was called, but it had 28 Reasons on it.
It had 28 Reasons and a couple other songs, which you didn't really like. You didn't like that album that much. You had like maybe 1 or 2 songs that you liked that whole album.
Yeah.
And you said, this time, I hope it's better. And you like the promotion for the album because it's nice, right?
Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
She did a lot of like...
she's so hot. NY2K stuff, yeah.
She was doing a lot of... Aside from that, she was doing like a lot of like...
Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who decided that they should get a raise?
So, the title track, not title track, but the
Title track. Baby Not Baby.
Okay, Baby Not Baby. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good song.
Yes.
I like that song. I don't know what it means. I have no idea what it means.
Still, I'd have to look up the lyrics or something. Maybe they explain it.
I'm
Korean.
baby, not baby. Okay.
And she's so effing sorry.
I'm so effing sorry. She says.
I'm trying to look up the names of the other tracks because I don't remember.
Rolling with My Homies is another one.
Okay, so here's the thing. If not for that line, I'd really like that song. But I'm still kind of trying to reconcile the use of it.
Yeah.
It's just, sorry, Sulgi. Sorry.
Yeah, I think some things are American and maybe can only be American. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like I don't think Sulgi's saying the word homies for.
Well, and it's an homage to that original song. I think, if I remember right, "Rolling with the Homies." I think. No.
What song are you talking about?
I don't know, the one they used for "Clueless."
Maybe it is
like the real song.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
Maybe that's what she's doing.
Maybe, but
her whole thing with Baby Not Baby was she's like an influencer or something, right?
Yeah.
Where she's like taking pictures.
I really liked that video.
Yeah, the video's good.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's very funny, and I think it shows that she can be pretty playful and funny.
And she didn't kiss any brothers this album.
Thank God. I was so pissed. There's some other songs on the album that are good. I can't remember a lot of them, I'll be honest.
Me too. There's some I had to re-listen to. I remember liking Better Days, and I remember there was one song, I think it was Prayer, that had a ticking clock that was out of sync with. I just pick up on little background noises like that, and it just takes me out of it. Oh yeah, and then I listened to Minnie and Yuki's respective solo albums.
All right.
There's a lot of weird, as I'm listening to them, notes I made. To the point that I don't even remember what I.
Give us your top highlight for each album.
Okay. For Yuki, there's Freak, and what I wrote was, all English lyrics are fun, nice mellow electric guitar throughout. The best lyric is test drive like a Honda Civic. All this is just one sentence for everything.
Listen, she's a certified freak 10 days a week. That's what she said. She does not know how time works.
My way, I wrote, another mellow electric guitar throughout, but the mixing in the chorus seems really unfinished. Audio feels less full, and the vocals don't have oomph. The lyrics are kind of nonsensical in English. And IDK, what the message of the song is, and I wrote in quotes the lyrics, we can let our passion lead us to find a vision, and here's to shine as much as you can. We can be the fighters and write down what we deserve.
I don't remember that lyric at all.
Who doesn't make it more? Damn,
you listened way harder than I did, because I did not catch that. And that was some English bullshit.
I caught some of it, and then I went to the lyrics and I copied, pasted them, because I really
fine.
I won't do all the songs. Red Rover, I wrote, a 2-minute Yuki song. Yuki deserves better, but she's making the most of it with rapid fire lyrics. I like the staccato piano, and there are elements that remind me of early Britney Spears. She says fuck you over, but the lyrics are apparently puck you over.
I think she doesn't say puck though, right?
That's what the lyrics say.
I heard an F, but whatever.
As a way to maybe skirt the censors ?
I'm so fucking sorry.
On clap I wrote, my bag's half cousin. Another 2-minute song, GFC. I love the way she says La Bron.
What's GFC?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh.
I love the way
Wouldn't
she
that
says
be J?
JFC. Yeah, whatever. Jesus.
Jesus with G.
I love the way she says La Bron. My favorite line is big hits, then I eat little sweets. She does actually say shit in this song, but then she also says beach, which could easily be interchangeable with bitch.
Beach. All right, what'd you think about the mini album?
I love Yuki so much, but I like the mini album more.
It was better.
There was a lot of experimental stuff that I really liked, like Blind Eyes Red.
Okay, I can talk on this because I know this. All right, Blind Eyes Red is a good song. I actually just liked it the other day.
Oh,
because I do like the song.
Yeah,
it's just one part that really pisses me off, and it happens a lot through the song.
Okay,
it's the constant auto-tuned vocals, like the. I know it's auto-tuned, but it's like this like repetition. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's a little too much. It's a little too much. But whatever. It's a good song regardless.
I liked the song Her, which was the promotional single.
I'm Her.
And I feel like I hear that everywhere now, so I won't say too much of it. Oh.
It's a great song. Yeah.
What These notes I'm reading. Oh my god. One I wrote for Cherry Sky. I wrote Mini Eilish up in this bitch. The bass makes up for the simplicity of the song. Okay, never mind. It really picks up in the second part of the chorus. The Michael Jackson-esque delivery of the words in the bridge are a nice touch. I don't know what that means. I have to listen to it again.
It made sense when you wrote it.
Yeah, it made sense when I wrote it.
Listen, I write so much crap like that all the time for songs that I'm talking to you about. Like, it's weird, but it makes sense. Trust me.
And then my favorite one I wrote for Obsession, which is another song from her I like.
Is that the one with the feature?
Yeah, with 10 from NCT.
That's a good one.
/Wavy, a group name you don't like.
Okay. We don't have to call me out on this
sorry.
shit, 'cause I'm right.
I know. I wrote, whoa, this horror movie intro. Oh, never mind, it was a Psych Out. And another Psych Out. It's 80s inspired with 2 false starts. Oh, hey, it's 10. Ty Friends Activate. I like his contribution to the song, and he can sing, which I didn't know. Ooh, the two of them...
ooh!
Well, I meant like, ooh. The two of them on that chorus is heaven. It's a good conclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Friends Activate. I don't know what that means. Wonder Twins Activate. So anyway, it's the reason I'm not like Anthony Fantano. I don't make good... I just wrote
He says shit like this too.
Ones where he's like, she says beach, but it can easily be interpreted as bitch.
Whatever. Listen, I love Anthony Fantano. I think he's great.
Yeah.
But I do think like there's a space for writing this kind of stuff too. This is like stream of consciousness stuff. He does that too. Like when he listens to new music on New Music Fridays, shout out Anthony Fantano. He will just stream of conscious shit. Like, and then when he gives an in-depth review, he's taking those notes and condensing them, making them make sense. You know?
Yeah. And I feel like when I listen to new music, like with you, and all I can really think to say of is I liked it, or that part was good, or whatever. But if I write stuff down, I can kind of pinpoint stuff I like. I don't know. I
think that's the way to do it. Like you listen to a song. First of all, I love listening to new music with that mindset of like, this is new and I want to hear what it has to say. And I don't know. I like to write about the things I've heard. Yeah. It's fun. I'm not a critic, but like I like to pretend I am. I need to go back and listen to these songs again, half of them, because I don't remember what half of them sounded like. And I wrote this up a month and a half ago, and I really don't. I don't know what I meant by some of this stuff. This Britney Spears inspired, whatever Michael Jackson delivered. I don't know. What was I talking about? But yeah, so I've been busy listening to music. It's been a good 2025 so far. In that sense, in music. I was going to say, what? Otherwise, I wore my appropriate, this is a load of barnacles. This is a load of barnacles. So. Okay. Encapsulates all of 2025 so far. It's only, I guess, April by the time this comes out. Yes, definitely will be April. Because I'll be slow as frig to edit this. So, what are you thinking? What? We're coming back maybe like once a month to start with? Yes. Because I'm a new mom. He's got a life dad. Also. A new 8-year dad. It's a new experience every day. Damn. Some would say. Damn, you're right. Every single day, it's a new experience. I just love my miracles, my 2 little miracles. Yours really are, though. They are. They really are. You guys did IVF and stuff. So I know. Just like Elon Musk. Really are. Yeah. Okay, well, don't compare yourself to him. All right, anyways, with that being said, I think it's time to wrap shit up. All right. Because it's time. It's just time to do it. It's time to leave, as they would say. It's time to leave. So thank you all for rejoining us, if you have rejoined us, and for waiting for us to come back. Like Wonho, so nice. Waiting for us to come back. We appreciate it. Yeah. So I'm glad we got to do this again. Yeah. What? No, I'm kidding. Oh my God, you scared me. It's funny. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Once a month, I think is great. Yeah. It's a good goal to have. So we'll be back sometime in April / May. Or maybe May. But it's gonna be May. In the meantime, follow us on our socials. LEM'n'TEA Podcast. We're still calling it Twitter because fuck you, Elon Musk. XAI bought X. I know. He's so funny. Stupid. Idiot. Anyway, follow LEM'n'TEA Podcast on Twitter and on TikTok, which I remember making a video really quickly the day of the TikTok ban. Yeah. And the second it finally got posted, I was going to bring it up. TikTok was like, okay, we're gone now for you. Mm-hmm. And then it came back 10 hours later, and they thanked Savior Trump or whatever for bringing them back, the whole stupidity. But anyway, we're still on TikTok too. So anyway, Twitter and TikTok at LEM'n'TEA Podcast. Follow us if you
so desire.
If you dare.
If you dare. Otherwise, if you want to follow us individually, I'm going to just do my Twitter, which is trippydes, or actually I'll also do my blue sky, which is also trippydes. So
cool. Don't follow me anywhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't want you to follow me. If you want to follow me, it'll be in the description, but you don't have to follow me anywhere.
Oh, okay.
And that's okay.
Okay. But if you do want to follow I won't if you don't want me to.
Go ahead. You can.
Okay. If you want to follow Lewis, you should, in a consensual, not creepy way. Do so at Lumo on Twitter. So. Cool. And that's what we got.
That's it. Okay. Well, this has been eye-opening and life-changing, probably.
I think so. We're doing it again. We came back. We defied the odds.
Defied the odds.
Yeah.
It definitely was challenging to figure out things. It's hard.
Yeah.
Life is hard.
It is.
But it doesn't have to be. And
don't let your dreams.
Hopefully, this is a nice, easy hour to spend your time or whatever. Mm-hmm. And if not, I don't know. Downvote us.
No, don't.
Whoops.
Leave us a suggesting comment.
Don't leave any. I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Oh, stop! You're sorry. Don't do that.
Okay, I do want to hear what you have to say.
It's been a while. He doesn't know that he wants to actually hear.
I love you all so much.
사랑해.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do some aegyo for you.
Finger hearts.
Never mind. She did it for you. Yay. Yay. Great. Peace. Right. See you later.
Bye. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, my little miracles.
All right, cool.